Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is my third video. So I took some time off to figure out this YouTube stuff out in terms of how comfortable I could be on camera, how comfortable I could flow, because I was recording in the past 2 weeks, and I have an issue with like actually creating stuff I'm proud of uploading, but I think I need to start from a base so that I can actually get into like a groove in terms of what I can create. And I noticed that um, when I had my podcast, or when I was doing my podcast, there was a session called Off the Mic where I take questions and suggestions from listeners of the podcast on their issues, their dilemmas, or anything. It's called Off the Mic. So that's where I started from, and I felt comfortable doing that. So I think the base I would start from would be around discussion, around stuff. So I think that's where I would start from. That's what I'll try to get good at before getting to a groove of reacting to other things that go viral. So uh, here goes. So today, what we'll be looking at would be the r/ first world problems subreddit. If you don't know, I'm from Ghana. It's in Africa, and it's a third world country. It's the coolest country on the continent. It's a third world country, and yeah, that's all I had to say about it. So with this subreddit, I thought, being a third worlder, I would have interesting insights or interesting perspectives to provide in terms of reacting to what's happening on this subreddit. So let's jump in. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. My new iPhone 11 Pro won't unlock with facial recognition when I wear my new $300 sunglasses. So I either have to enter my password or take my glasses off, which is mildly inconvenient. To be very honest, I think Face ID, let's be very honest, I think Face ID sucks. Touch ID has been the most seamless, I don't know, it feels so good using Touch ID. Looking back, I had 6S Plus, and every time I held it up, like I took it up and pressed or just touched the Touch ID, it just went through quickly. I didn't have to swipe up, or like there's just weird things like Face ID does that I'm really not comfortable with yet. And with the masks, don't get me started on the masks. I don't like the way I don't like the process of unlocking with masks. I have to like bring my face down a bit, and I think it takes only this part because my mask only rests on this side. So that's what it takes, and it's not very convenient. I don't enjoy it. When I had my 6S Plus, if I wanted to unlock it when I was on bed, I would just take it, touch it, and just look at my phone. But the weird thing I'm noticing is that like I have to have my eyes open. I have to be looking straight into the Face ID sensor, and it's just been. I mean, it's a nice idea, but the way it is so far, I've not really enjoyed it. So there's that. I agree with you. So yeah. Yeah. I have Wi-Fi internet in my house and still have unlimited internet from my mobile service provider. Not sure which one to use at any given time when around the house. To be very honest, as a third worlder, I would say third worlder, okay, or as a person living in a third world country, I'd say that you are living in heaven. To be very honest, I don't know the last time I enjoyed unlimited broadband internet. Today is Saturday. I'm filming on Saturday, and my network provider on weekends provides us with um, unlimited internet packages, but it's just 100 gigabytes. So I put up that I pay for that bundle. So I pay for that bundle, and they give me 100 megabytes for the weekends from Saturdays to Sundays. Whether I get to use it or not, I don't really care. But the thing is that for once, I get to have unlimited internet. I don't know how much of 100 gigabytes I could use in a day. I do all my upgrades sometimes on my PS5, and if I have anything to upgrade, it will mostly be on Apex Legends. But everything else has been easy on the weekends because I have unlimited internet. I can watch videos on 1080p. Like, you guys don't know how how awesome it is to have unlimited internet and just watch YouTube videos on 1080p. And yeah, it must be nice to have that. And sure, I mean, I hope we get Starlink in this part of the world very soon. Hopefully, it's also unlimited internet and it's good, because our network providers or our service providers are trash. I don't. It's yeah, it's been an experience living here with trash internet for a while. So yeah. Next one. My new video game loads so fast that I can't read the tips in time. Yeah, I've noticed that in video games sometimes. But the thing was that I also missed those days whereby they included mini games during like the load screens. One thing I was very I always looked forward to playing was in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2. There was this load screen. Like there was a really nice playable load screen you could interact with. Sometimes I would just watch it. The first time I played the game, I was just watching it, but I just pressed the controller and there was interaction. I don't really remember what the interaction was, but the thing is that I could interact whilst I was waiting for the screen to load. So that would, yeah, that's I don't know if that's a first world problem, but we've been hyped on about these new generation consoles and the new fast times because of solid state drives and all that stuff. Like, to be honest, it's all marketing terms. I think they work, but yeah, it's just those things you kind of miss and kind of appreciate when you lose them. Anyways, I used to collect music, movies, and video games. Watching my hobby slowly disappear makes me feel old and sad. For music and movies, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm not really a big fan of collecting movies or watching them repeatedly. I just like to go through the experience and move on to the next one. So if we have these services that give us access to these movies whenever it is we want, and we can just get on them whenever we can, provided the internet connection is good, I mean, I don't mind. It doesn't make me feel old. It's not sad. But for video games, that should not happen. I really want it to fail. I want video game streaming to fail. There's just something about just owning the physical copy of the game so that I can play it whenever I want. So yeah, that's mostly it for me. My package arrived at the local post office at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, but it still isn't scheduled to be delivered until Friday. What am I supposed to do all day Thursday? Sit in my air-conditioned house and enjoy a nice meal? Yeah, I think that would be nice. So over here, I get most of my stuff from Aliexpress. That's what I mostly do. There's a new service also called Jumia. I think they are like the Amazon version for our part of the world. So I just recently started I just started using it recently. I bought this stand. I'm not going to show you the stand I'm using right now. It's very embarrassing, but I just bought this stand and I've not really got into using it as my main stand. I kind of like the way this one is positioned, so up until I need to use it, I would. So, and also deliveries take around 2 to 3 weeks through AliExpress. We don't have e-packet shipping. So things don't come here fast enough. And I think you waiting a day in your air-conditioned room enjoying a nice meal would be nice. I think that would be nice. So yeah, enjoy it. Friday was yesterday, so I think you have yours by now. So yeah. Next one, paychecks are being processed 2 days earlier than normal, and it's really screwing with my budgeting. My budget runs from Thursday to Wednesday. Lately, I've been receiving my deposit on Tuesdays before I have the chance to pay my bills for the pay period. Disable notifications. Set an alarm on Thursday that there's money in your account. This is the most first world problem I've ever seen on today's episode. disable your notifications so that you don't see the deposit has been made. And yes, set an alarm on your calendar that shows that there's money in your account, so you should start spending from that day. I think that would help. I think that will help. Okay, so finally, for the final one, my fitness app shut off partway through my run. So now it can't tell me how many calories I've burned. I don't. I think yes, the completionist feature that makes us feel like we are making progress is I think they are good, they are great. It helps us keep ourselves on track. It's a measure of progress and you see where you're going. But I think if you made this thing a routine, I think you should know how many you've like burned, and also you can try the next day. I don't know how this is a problem really. It's just one day and you definitely went through your entire run. So uh try the next day. It's good to work the next day. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so that's been it. Obviously, you notice I have nothing to talk about on YouTube. I don't have any content, but I have to make my tries. I have to try so that I can get comfortable with this and also get into the groove, as I said, of making content. So if you've watched this video and you enjoy the way I went through it, if you have any suggestions, please drop them in my drop them in the comments, and also send any suggestions you have to my Instagram DMs. It's at Carl IE. It's Carl underscore ARYEE. Send them over there. If you can, send them in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you for if you've made it this far, thank you for watching so far, and drop a like if you see it as it is. I will be spending a lot of time editing and cringing at myself as I edit this video, but I need to make the effort. I need to make this type of progress. I need to put in this type of effort so I can see any progress. So yeah, so see you around next time. See you hopefully next week, and I will be bringing you other types of content. Yeah, peace.